Fall always gives us a chance to begin again as a parish, to try another crack at our walk with God and our faith journey. Fall is everywhere a time of the gathering in of harvests, which always prompts a sense of gratitude. I've been reflecting on a little over 4.5 years now here at St. Andrew's and thinking how grateful I am for reasons known to God alone that we are here together at this moment of our lives. I generally pray about 6 or so rosaries in a given day, but the first one I always do in gratitude for everything that my life has been, and the second one is always for the parish that I'm serving at that time. So that means that the second one is for all of you who call St. Andrew's your home. But I always start that rosary too with a prayer of thanks to God for sending me here. I was asked to do a video with some reflections on stewardship, which is all about gratitude, or a grateful heart in action. I would first like to say to you once again, thank you. You've done a great job. I don't think a parish succeeds, however we define that hopefully in God's terms, without a deep sense of gratitude that is rooted in realizing that all we have been given is pure grace. It's pure gift. And then that prompts us to respond with grateful hearts in what we do. Which of course then suggests 3 different little reflections for me. John Kralik was a lawyer in Pasadena, California. Back in 2007, he reached a really low point in his life. He was twice divorced, out of shape, and having money problems. So what did he have to look forward to? How did he get stuck in such a downward spiral? But in the midst of his tough circumstances, an idea came to him. Write 1 thank you note every day for a whole year. This was John's way of forcing himself to notice something positive in his life. He began writing 1 thank you note a day to family, friends, colleagues, former bosses, professors, and teachers. And this act of writing 1 thank you note each day changed his life. He wrote about it in a book called A Simple Act of Gratitude. He said that his relationships improved, he left his negative mindset behind, and he began to notice that there were dozens of reasons every day to be thankful. And as he became more thankful, he became more joyful and hopeful as well. Second, Margaret Kearney was teaching grade 5 at a charter school in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of New York City. One of her favorite haunts was the Brooklyn Public Library. She would spend just about every Sunday hunting through the stacks to find books to share with her students. At one point, though, she had racked up $170 in late fees, and so she avoided the building for months, ashamed to show her face. But eventually, this prodigal teacher returned to the library and fessed up. Kearney tells what happened in an essay in the Christian Century of October 20th of 2021. I explained to the librarian that I had been borrowing books for my classroom. She erased the fines and handed me a thing of absolute magic, a teacher library card, with which I could check out unlimited books with no overdue fees. She told me to send her an email if any of my students had fees. Have them try to find the books first, she said, though. We want them back, if possible. But mostly, we want them to be read. I haven't seen her in years, but when I hear the word librarian, it is her face that springs to mind. Charged with keeping order, she understood that at the library's core is the chaotic, subversive logic of grace. For Kearney, the kingdom of heaven is like a library. Its power has nothing to do with coercion or control. It strives toward order, but does not make an idol of its own rules. What it has, it must give away. And somehow, in giving everything away, the library only becomes more itself. To live like a library, to open our doors, to hold nothing so tightly that we destroy it, to give and gain our souls in the giving. To me, it sounds like a great description of a healthy parish, which I believe you are. Third, The Old Testament sage Ben Sirach says, "Appear not before the Lord empty-handed." Our stewardship always comes from a grateful heart. Emily Garcia suggests that a grateful heart, and therefore a generous heart, listens attentively, bears patiently, shares willingly, gives generously, encourages quietly, comforts gently, prays faithfully. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your generous, grateful, grace-filled stewardship of St. Andrew's Catholic Church. It's an honor and privilege to walk with you on this journey together.